Recording in progress. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's edition of HR Mentorship Learning Series. My name is Oluyemi Hadioshu. Tonight, we have the privilege of having yet again Ujowa Somtochukwu, and the topic for discussion is using automation to accelerate human resource and management decision making. I'd like to read her profile very quickly. Ujunwa is a strategic HR business entrepreneur and transformational leader with 15 years of progressive experience across diverse industries, including manufacturing, information technology, digital payments, oil and gas, real estate, transportation, and mining. She's known for her grace, grit, and groundedness. Ujunwa spent her career aligning people, culture, systems to help organizations grow, not just in profit, but in purpose. Her expertise lies in organizational design and restructuring, digital HR transformation and performance management, optimization, change management. Of course, all this rooted in deep commitment to integrity and impact. Currently, she serves as the country HR business partner and head of administration at Gejivri. She has led key regional transformation that have reduced costs, elevated engagement, and built leadership capacity across borders. Our work has helped unlock millions in savings, boost workforce productivity and performance, and prepare organizations for the future of work. She holds degrees from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where she got a Bachelor's of Science in Economics. She also has a master's, MSc Human Resource Management from the University of Derby, UK. She additionally has executive certifications from Harvard Business School, Takedia Institute, and the University of Maryland. Professionally, she holds membership and certifications from Chancellor of Personnel Management of Nigeria, Human Resource Certification Institute of the United States of America, Nigerian Institute of Training and Development, Nigeria, HIP, and Charter Institute of Personnel Development, United Kingdom. Speaking to us tonight on the topic, using automation to accelerate HR and management decision making. Let us welcome Ujunwa Somtochukwu. You have the floor, ma'am.
Oh, good evening, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, my HR professionals. And I would like to call you all that are in attendance that you are aware, you understand the daily reality of balancing people, process, and pressure, and still make decisions fast enough to keep our organization competitive. All right, in today's world, speed is the new currency. The organizations that make decision faster without losing accuracy are the ones that would lead the industry. So why does this topic actually matter? When we talk about automation in HR and management, we are not talking about replacing people. No, we are not. We are talking about freeing people, freeing HR leaders and managers from repetitive tasks so that they can focus on insights, strategy, and innovation. So let's begin this journey together by setting clear expectations of what we will gain from this session. By the end of this session, we'll walk away with 5 powerful outcomes. The first one would be a clear understanding of what automation really means in HR, insight into where automation creates speed and precision. The third one would be awareness of the ethical and human considerations that we must not ignore. The fourth would be a simple roadmap to implement automation successfully. And finally, a future focused on how technologies like AI, predictive analytics are shaping HR roles. I would want to assume that many of us here are currently using any form of automation in our HR processes, either simple Excel macros or HRIS tools. Nonetheless, whether we are using any form of automation or not, this session will deepen our understanding on how we how much more possible when how much what much we can do when automation becomes our strategic partner and not just a tech tool. Let's dive in. In a fast-paced digital world, decision speed is not a luxury, right? It's a survival. Think about our daily HR tasks like approving leaves, shortlisting candidates, processing payroll, responding to mails. Every delay, even 24 hours, can cost engagement, revenue, or opportunity. I could remember in the past where I had this good candidate. Not really because of automation, but simple delay on this candidate. When we reached to several locations, when we reached out to the candidate, he's already with another organization. And trust me, such candidates have integrity and cannot just pull back when you need a quality talent. So automation just doesn't just make our work faster, it makes us smarter. It turns HR from a department that reacts to the one that predicts, prepare, and leads. So what happens when automation enters the picture? First and foremost, let's look at the evolution of HR automation. Manual spreadsheets, paper-based approval are the early days of HR and management, where we heavily rely on manual methods. Employees use spreadsheets to track everything from employee details to performance metric, paper-based systems, tracking approvals for various HR functions, including recruitment, vacation requests. These methods, all of them were time-consuming and prone to errors and often resulted in delay in decision-making. Communication often relies heavily on paperwork, physical paperwork, and face-to-face meetings, making it difficult to streamline workflows or retrieve accurate historical data. And then presently, we have AI dashboards, HRIS chatbots, and the landscape has transformed dramatically with the invent of HRI, Human Resource Information Systems, which has replaced the traditional method of allowing, which allows more data, better data management, integration across HR functions. We now have AI dashboards that provides real-time insights to our data, enabling HR professionals to make better decisions based on data insight. Additionally, chatbots has become increasingly common with the invent of AI, which makes it common for and easy for us to handle employees' queries and streamline communication. These two automate routine tasks, freeing HR teams to focus more on strategic initiatives, such as talent development and organizational culture enhancement. And then we look at the future of HR. That would be predictive HR, but we'll look at that towards the end of the session. So overall, the evolution of automation in HR signifies a slight shift, not from cumbersome process to streamlined, data-driven strategies that enhance both employee satisfaction and business performance. And this continuous advancement in technology promises a more agile and responsive, both insightful HR function going forward. What are the benefits? All right, when we introduce automation, we are essentially saying, let machine handle the repetitive tasks and allow humans to concentrate on what they can do. Think strategically, make informed decisions, and show genuine care. Research from Deloitte 2024 one of the retail companies that implemented AI they used it to automate their recruitment process. And it appears that the time to hire reduced to by 70% within 43 days, which means what they used 73 days to hire reduced to 45 days, and they saved up to $35,000. All right, let's bring it to ourselves. Remember those days we normally use pull out CVs, review each CV. We have piles of CV. With the use of AI, we can now screen thousands of CVs in 1 hour. And that has reduced the number of days and hours and time we spend on, because of course, time is money. And then you look at the performance aspect. In the realm of performance management, AI tools now empowers managers to track employees' performance real time rather than on annual basis, which allows it to provide timely feedback, fostering continuous improvement and engagement amongst team members. So the key message here is that automation is not just solely about saving time. It's fundamentally about freeing us as HR professionals to evolve into strategic advisors within our various organizations. By removing mundane tasks from our plates, they can engage. When we remove mundane tasks from our plates, we can now engage more impactfully towards driving business forward. However, it's important for us to recognize that every change comes with its challenges. So we need to confront these challenges directly, thoughtfully, as to embrace the future of work. So what are the challenges? Before we move to that, these are the reports beyond these are the research provided by Deloitte and Ghana on use of automation in HR. 79% accuracy, which means it's eliminating those human errors. We will see it's reduced cost by 22%, and then decision turnaround between 30 to 40%. Now, what are the challenges we will see with automation? The first and foremost, let's acknowledge that automation brings speed, but it also brings hesitation, and that's normal. You see people resist to change, not because they don't want to. Some fear that with the introduction of automation or AI, they will replace their jobs, fearing that machines will replace their job. But the truth is, automation enhances, it doesn't replace. It removes mundane tasks so we can focus on meaningful areas of HR. And then another challenge is skill gap. There is a survey that proves from Deloitte 2024 also that 43% of HR professionals have heard of AI, but not fully understand how it works. And to bridge this gap, upskilling is no longer an option. The third challenge is ethics and fairness. While we all believe that AI is good, automation is good, if not handled properly, it will amplify our biases. Most importantly, why do we merge AI and automation? In the past, it was just about HRIS, but with AI and no coding, we can automate lots of processes. So when you hear AI, you hear automation, it's kind of used interchangeably. So yes, it amplifies biases if we feed a biased data. So if our system is trained on past decisions that favor certain people, of course, that pattern would come up whenever we are using it. Therefore, we must apply fairness and transparency in every automated process. And then finally, the human touch. As I always say, automation can process data, but it cannot remove or process our emotions, our empathy, our creativity, and connections are irreplaceable. All right. So how do we overcome these challenges and actually make automation work? Let's explore the roadmap. To get it right, we need a structure. We don't need to rush. Let's walk through 10 steps of implementing either automation or use of AI. And these 10 steps ensures that we accelerate with clarity and not confusion. The first would be to define our objectives. Start with the clarity on the goals. Are we reducing costs? Do we need speed or do we need accuracy? And then we move to assessing the current process. Let's identify it. This particular step helps us to identify the bottlenecks like delayed approval or duplicated data. And then we move to tool selection. I would like to state clearly here that when we are selecting tools, we should choose tools that are scalable, that their APIs allow for integration and compliance. When I mean integration, just in case there is something we need to change or adopt in future, the system should be able to do that. The fourth one would be we'll plan the implementation. On planning this implementation, it's very important that we don't just limit the implementation to us as HR people. We need to go beyond the department or our function and assign a champion, create timelines, and most especially secure leadership buy-in. From that, we move to training and change management. Why we need this tool, we need to build confidence so people will not be scared that whatever it is that we are introducing is taking away their job. So we need to support people to help them adapt to this tool and use it effectively. We move to test, running it. Pilot phase, one function, we roll out one function like onboarding, we move to payroll, we move to performance, one step at a time for easy assimilation. And then we go live. When we are launching this, if you're a small organization, you may want to launch it to module by module. Or if you're a large organization and you have different, I would recommend you launch both module and one business per time, because gradual launching reduces stress and makes it easy for us to adapt. Then we move to adopting. We move to optimizing, monitoring the KPIs. Remember those challenges we identified in the past before we selected the tools. This is the moment we need to check if it's speed we are looking at, if it's decision, and at the same time, test for satisfaction, right? And then the last but not the least is to keep a structure in place where we continuously review the system and regularly adjust it in line with the current realities, be it legal, be it internal change or objectives. All right, we move to the next. Now that we know how to do this, let's look at what makes automation truly successful. All these are important, but there are key things that makes automation successful. The first would be leadership commitment and sponsorship. Strong support from our leaders ensures that the initiative is prioritized and adequately resourced. It sets a clear direction and motivates the entire organization to align with the project. The second is, as much as possible, we need to involve employees earlier, and we shouldn't limit it to HR departments. As much as possible, extend it to other departments, especially those key users. Because engaging employees earlier in this process fosters a chance of ownership and collaboration. Their insights and feedback can lead to better outcome and a smoother implementation, as they can it can help us to identify potential challenges and suggest way out. The third would be clean data. And then we look at compliance to NDA and GDPR, data privacy and global data privacy regulation. I've mentioned scalable and integrated system. And most importantly, let's maintain human oversight in critical areas. We shouldn't just leave it for AI. We shouldn't just leave the decisions for AI. At every point in time, we need human oversight. So while technology can automate many processes, it's important for us to have this oversight on critical roles that would help us mitigate the risk and ensure accountability, making informed human-based decision and judgment. Now, let's look at the future of emerging automation trends. We are now in the future. It's no longer there. So we are witnessing an incredible transformation in the workforce, all thanks to automation technology. We have the generative AI that is revolutionizing the tasks, HR tasks such as drafting of job description, summarizing people review, analyzing people review, allowing processes to be completely done in few seconds. And this efficiency doesn't just save time, it also enables us, as always, to focus on strategic. Most importantly is the genetic AI. This is what we are currently seeing, sophisticated, functioning with high level of autonomy. They can manage workflows without the need of human input, streamlining operations without you. All you need to do is to put it in place, put the policy, and it will run itself. The third one is predictive analytics. Now, it's a powerful tool that enables us to see the future of our function as HR people. By analyzing data trends, organizations can predict what might become a problem and rectify it. It's a proactive approach that enables us to use preventive measures to retain our valuable tasks or eliminate every risk that might come in future. And under this predictive analytics, there is what we call digital twin. It's just a replica trying to stimulate the organization on a dashboard to predict what would happen in the future. It can stimulate different scenarios and identify the best strategy that we can use to manage our workforce. And then another one is the RPA, robotic process automation. It's also playing a significant role in transforming repetitive tasks by automating repetitive tasks in payroll, compliance, and reporting. It substantially reduces time and effort for this. So in all, let's imagine a scenario like on Monday morning, you receive a notification from your HR dashboard stating that 3 high performing employees are showing signs of burnout. That is the future of HR. And with this timely alert, all we need to do is to move into action immediately and identify those individuals, whether by providing additional resources, adjusting their workload, or facilitating conversation around their well-being. This particular proactive measure would ensure increase our employee retention, unlike previously where we have to wait and react to the events. We are now proactive and mitigating the risk that we will identify in future. All right, technology would continue to evolve, but one thing is constant: the importance of people in the workforce. So as we embrace technology, and we must prioritize keeping people at the center of transformation. How then can we ensure automation becomes more relevant? If only if we don't use automation. So this is me calling out our HR colleagues, that organizations that are yet to automate. If we don't automate, we are still doing those administrative tasks and we won't be able to make decisions, clear decisions, reduce human error, and focus on people, adding value and supporting and engaging our employees. The last but not the least slide talks about the conclusion. So in all, the first takeaway will be automation equals speed, accuracy, and strategy. The second one will be data is the new driver of decision making. And the third would be at every form of automation or AI, human beings remains the heart of the system. Please ask your questions if you have any. Thank you so much for listening. Hello, Prof. Please feel free to ask your questions.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, madam. I'm not sure where Doctor is. I can see him that he's still there online. Doctor, can you hear us? I think Madam Samchuka has finished her presentation. As always, if you have any contributions, any questions, any clarifications, let's all put it on the platform or
Trust me, Prof is busy. It's been a very busy day for all of us here in Abuja.
yes, especially when you are the ICE program. So I'm
Very
not sure
busy.
what's going on. But if we have anyone that has any questions, I can't see anything on the chat, and maybe it will be a good place to call it a night, especially knowing that some of you are still going to go back into your different rest places to get ready for tomorrow. Okay, can we just unmute and say a very big thank you to our ever ready. Oh, someone has something on the chat box, Madam Something. If you want to just deal with that question, if you can hear me, I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Okay, let me read it.
Okay, yes, thank you.
I would love to know the AI tools recommended for automation. Okay, the one currently using is Zapier because it allows for different platforms. Remember when I mentioned integration? It allows for thousands of softwares to be integrated into it. Because my organization uses 365, Microsoft 365, so it allows for easy integration. That's the one I'm currently using. But you can build one yourself with no code app like Base 44, Lovable, and the likes of it. That's if your organization allows for it, and then you can customize them. If you know how to use ChatGPT, you can customize a platform where you can easily put in some information, whether JD or CV, those ones that don't need any form of data privacy regulation. You can use the ChatGPT, build something on it and use it for it. Does that answer your question, please?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. And I don't know if the Microsoft 365 can also work for CV reviews and the likes of it.
Yes, they have. We have on. Okay, I'm misplacing it. We use SuccessFactors for CV review in my organization. And yes, Microsoft 365. I've not tried it but it should be because it's a whole package. You can build something using the Power Automate module.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Thank you very much, madam.
Okay, there's another one that says, thank you for your timely presentation. A whole lot has been said about automation, but the truth is the challenge is really implementation. Can you throw some light about that, please? So I'm supposing the person would like to know more on the implementation of all automations.
Okay. You asked for automation, not AI, right? Now, the very first time I implemented or automated was Leave. And all I needed to do, because I'm not technically inclined, unlike now where you can use no code to create something, you work with your IT department and use your policy, leave policy, to create something. We use the SharePoint then to automate our leave process. You can use SharePoint to automate your performance review. I designed the workflow using the leave policy. If it approves, it goes to the line manager. If the line manager approves, it comes to the HR. If not, it goes back. Those workflows, when you design it and hand it over to the IT team, they will automate it, and then you test run it. You have different people, different employees test run it. But every automation should reflect your policy. It's not outside of our policy. your policy is the guide framework upon which you automate for you to have clarity. Does that help at all? This is not AI, this is automation. This is not AI, this is automation, strictly automation. And then there are some already automated softwares like Seamless HR, Workday, SAP, SuccessFactors that you can easily use.
Absolutely. You just took that out of my mouth that, there are other existing automations that are not AI driven, especially when we talk about the Seamless HR. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
I hope that answers your question, sir. Go ahead,
unless you want to create from within, you want your organization to do one like we did in the past, then we used SharePoint. But if you don't, you can get Seamless, onboard them, or Workday, any of them, sign data privacy agreement, know how your data is being saved, stored, deleted, and align it. They will let you know, they will show you the first time I onboarded them, they will allow you to impute your policies at the back end, so it will reflect your organization. Please confirm if this answers your question. Chukwuemeka.
I'm not sure. Maybe Mr. Okay, she said yes. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Okay. I think let's take this final one from Andrew Matawani. Good evening, Ma. I want to confirm if AI can make decisions for an organization. Can we trust its decisions?
If only you have given the right information and data, depending on the level of decision you want to make. But like I always say, you know your system well than AI. So even whatever it is that the information or data you've provided for AI to make the decision, the humans, the interactions, the creativity, the feelings, the emotion, it's still your call to finalize. What it's giving to you is a framework, and that makes it easier for you to make the decision. So for every automation, the final decision should be in human hands, because you're dealing with humans that have emotions that you understand better compared to AI.
Thank you, madam. I think our final take on this should be the fact that AI is not meant to take over the role of humans.
No.
Automation, AI, and all of that has to be driven by whatever your organizational policies are. You just don't put things that are not in alignment with your organizational policies, because that's where all the decisions will sit upon, to make sure that nothing is at variance with your policies within your organization. Am I right, madam?
Yes, please. Our policies is the framework upon which we design every automation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much, ma'am. I think this will be a good place to wrap it all up. We can't see Doctor. I can just see that it seems as if he's online, but I can't, he's not here yet. So let's just unmute. I know. Let's unmute and just say a very big, thank you. I'll be the first to say thank you, Madam Somtochukwu, for always coming on board to come and impart your knowledge and share knowledge with us. It's always value adding. Thank you very much. Please let us unmute and say our thank you, not
thank
just
you
virtually,
so very
but
much.
let's verbalize it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
you. And please go to the ICE conference if you are not